Hooray for Hollywood, that silly ballyhooey Hollywood. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Langford, and I'd like to take you on a little trip to Hollywoodland, USA. First up, W.C. Fields and Mae West. Ah, yes, my little chickadee. You, my dear, hearken to me as the quaint memory of a certain potent queen of a certain potentate of my acquaintance up among the upper Ubangi. Well, big boy, why don't you come up and see me sometime? You know, honey, it's not the men in your life, it's the life in your men. And I always say a hard man is good to find. Ooh, and they don't come any harder than Oliver Hardy. Oh, Miss West, what is it, Stanley? Can't you see that I'm talking with this lovely lady? This is certainly another fine mess. Good evening, Miss West. Say, Ollie, why don't we tell our wives we're going on a convention, and they'll be none the wiser? Oh, look, Ollie, it's Cary Grant. Well, hello, Stanley. I'll tell you about a fine mess. I can't for the life of me understand why Mr. Hitchcock had me and others running around on top of Mount Rushmore, hanging off of Lincoln's nose and Jefferson's ears. Most undignified, wouldn't you agree, James? Yeah, I was hanging off of buildings with Kim Novak, and you and I were both going in circles with Grace Kelly. What in the heck was all that about, Hitch? I think you're trying to kill us. Gentlemen, the concept of suspense in motion pictures is actually quite simple. You might say the actors are chasing a MacGuffin, which happens to be of no consequence whatsoever. Mr. Hitchcock, Grant and Stewart, I bid you welcome to the broken battlements of my castle in Transylvania, where you may hear the children of the night. Such sweet music they make. Would you not agree, Mr. Carlo? Mr. Lugosi speaks of the undead, but I have taken dead tissue in my laboratory, sewn together parts of bodies, and given it life again by charging it with electricity by the light of a full moon. Hey, that's a kick in the head, Dr. Franken-What's-it, but by the light of the moon I say, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. Hey, Fred, we could let Dino babysit with Pebbles and Bam Bam. Well, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. But now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. You certainly look like a nice young couple, Humphrey Bogart and Dooley Wilson. Groucho, all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world. She has to walk in the mine. Well, Sam, you played it for her. You can play it for me. If she can take it, so can I. Play it, Sam. Yes, boss. You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. Stop it! Stop it! Mr. Spade, I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to stand over there while I search your office, because I have reason to believe that you have the Maltese Falcon. Peter Lorre, I think you've had one too many. Oh, yes, I meant to say, Rick, I have the letters of transit. You've got to hide me. Please help me, someone. Edward G. Robinson, help me. All right, kid, put down that pea shooter. I'm the boss around this place, see? And who is this mug? Well, let me say this about that. I'm not a crook, and neither is my dog Checkers. And I think Mr. Henry Fonda can back me up on this. Yes, Mr. Nixon, but what is it with all these reds? Everybody's a red all of a sudden. Everywhere I go, people are talking about reds. Where does it all end, Walter Brennan? Dagnabbit, Henry, ain't got the time for such as that. Look, little Hassie and Peppino's out in the barn. Popeye and Bluto's been slugging it out. Ooh, looks like Bluto's buttered his bread and now it's got to lay in it. Ooh, skeet and scat and skiddly-dighty-doo-dah. Here comes Bugs Buddy and Yosemite Sam. Ooh. What's up, Doc? I ain't taking no guff off the likes of you, rabbit. Mr. Yosemite, be very quiet. We're hunting Martians. Ha 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 ha. You Earth people make me so angry. So now I'm going to destroy the Earth with my XP-37 space modulator. This looks like a job for Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. Big deal. Yeah, what a bunch of maroons. Foghorn, you think you're here, but I think you're over there, Doc. Oh, so you think I'm hiding in the corn crib, do you? Well, I better not look. I better not look. I just might be in there. You ever have one of those days, Mr. Magoo? Absolutely. I'll never forget the time I hit a home run while quarterbacking for dear old Rutgers. Rah, rah, rah. They said, Magoo, you've done it again. Look, Yogi Bear, come here, son. Hey, Magoo, since we're smarter than the average bears, let's get some peg and egg baskets. Hey, look, it's the Three Stooges. Oh, here's some strawberries for the bears. Oh, Miss Katharine Hepburn. Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. Appearing with the Three Stooges is certainly a high point of my career, but I'll never forget the time I played the back nine with Rancho Mirage with Gable and Carol Lombard. Do you recall that day, Gable? I do indeed, Kate, but golf was never really my game, so I spent more time on the rough, I think, than on the fairway. Oh, hello, my dear Mrs. Kennedy. Lately my feelings for you have grown. Dare I say it? Could it be love? Oh, fiddle-dee-dee, unhand me, you mealy-mouthed varmint. Why, you're no better than that Yankee, James Cagney. You got that right, sister. I'm a Yankee doodle-dandy, a Yankee doodle-do-or-die, a real-live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Yankee Doodle went to London just to meet Prime Minister Winston Churchill. We shall fight them on the beaches. We shall fight them in the streets. We shall fight them in the hedgerows. We shall never surrender. If England shall last for 1,000 years, men will say, this was our finest hour. And that's the way it is. Sunday, December 24th, 1943. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night. And this is Mike Langford saying good night, V for victory, and bye-bye.